Hey, it's Tom Lamb from Elite Experience. Quick little blurb on goal setting and how to improve the relationship between your conscious self and your habitual self. So I had a client today achieve a goal, very challenging goal, and before we started, we agreed that she would get a cheat meal if she could hit 240 in this one conditioning routine that I put her through. She hit 252. Once the drill was complete, we started talking, and you say things to motivate yourself, like I'll get a cheat meal if I can do this. Now, one of the things that you can do that can really set you back is then decide, well, actually, if I didn't have that cheat meal, now I'd be doing even better. And we want to clear up that incorrect thinking. The best example I can think of is if you have a team of people and you set a goal, a really motivating goal for your employees, and one of your employees achieves it, there's no way in hell that you would then turn around and say, well, actually, we're not going to give you the reward. And why would you do that? Well, because you want to build trust in that relationship between yourself and the employees, where they know that if they do achieve the goal, there will be a reward. If you don't honor that, then from then on, any sort of deal you make, they know that you're not actually going to follow through. Now, in your own mind, you have a conscious self and a habitual self, and when you're really pushing yourself, you're going to need both people, if you think of it as like a split personality almost, to agree on achieving the goal and being motivated by the reward that's coming. So if your conscious self, that's the part of you that can really make decisions, can think about things. If it says, listen, habitual self, we're going to do this and then we get the reward, and then you turn around and you take away the reward, it makes no sense, because what happens then is your habitual mind, the mind that's basically in command 90% of the time, unfortunately, it recognizes that and it finds ways to sabotage your performance moving forward. So just like any other relationship, it brings up an important point that we have acceptable ethics in the way that we conduct ourselves with others, and we should use those same ethics to guide the way that we conduct ourselves with ourselves. So if we make a promise to ourselves to use some positive reinforcement to reinforce a behavior that we want to see, then we must follow through with the positive reinforcement. Otherwise, the behaviors, won't be changed. You won't see better food choices down the road. You won't see more motivation going into workouts, because the habitual self is going to influence you and talk you out of it, knowing that you'll back off. Okay, so that's goal setting 101, or goal achievement 101, or positive reinforcement modification. I'm sure that, just want to put it out there, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a counselor, I'm not trained with all the fancy lingo, but at the end of the day, I do know how to coach people to make deals with themselves so that they start taking better care of themselves, recognizing them as their number one employee, because you really are. I mean, the person you should treat the best in this life is yourself, and by doing that, you'll be a high-performing individual, and you'll be much more effective in helping others at the same time. So that's all I got to say about that. Thanks. Have a good night.